What's up, everybody? Let's get it. Markets are ripping around. Some people are scared, but this is opportunity zone right now. Are we going to get some better buys? Are you losing money? Are you making money? We're going to be talking about it.
Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies rely on whatever Gary thinks. Bitcoin's a flight to quality. I heard that from Larry Fink. Every hour losing purchasing power on foolish shelter. It's not our fault. Blame the cult. It's the political cowards when it comes to gas. Our purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag, fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin, pumping, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality. We are hearing from clients around the world.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as
Bitcoin, pump, altcoin, pumping.
we are hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a
Can't
flight
nobody
to
tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
Prepare for this.
Everybody, these markets have been pushing up. They've been shaking down. They've been whipsawing. They've been doing everything they can to take your money from you. I hope you're not losing money today. I hope you are taking opportunity or sitting on your hands. We're about to get into it. Everybody, hit that like button. Let's dive in. What's up, everybody? What a morning. We've had the break of the new all-time high, over $70,000 on Bitcoin. We saw Ethereum right there, just at that $4,000 mark, and we're seeing everything push up. And then what does it do? It whips right back to the downside. We're getting right down into it today because it is doing everything it can to take your money. My question is, right now, to each and every one of you, if you're watching later, you can comment down below. If you're watching live, comment in the live chat. Did you get caught in any of these traps, whether it be to the upside or downside? Because we're seeing this price action just doing everything it can to clear liquidity above and then come down. The question is this just trying to trap people to the downside only to reverse and come back up? We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about a bunch of altcoins, and we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff that's going on in the market right now. So the question is, are you prepared to make money in this market? And in order to be prepared to take money or make money in this market, which in some cases is taking your shot, having strategy, you got to make sure that you have some sort of agenda within the market. Understanding that price can do these whipsaw price actions and present opportunities if you are available. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into some of the things we want to talk about. But I will say, as people roll in, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. I appreciate each and every one of you that is here. We got to talk about where's my chart at? Boom, right here. We got to talk about this movement because on the 2-hour candle, we see a huge spike in volume right here. But not only do we see a huge spike of volume right here, we see this whipsaw that was designed, whether or not it's something, some external force that caused a drop in price or sellers just selling once we hit that previous all-time high. It doesn't matter what the reason is. What matters is what your strategy is before these types of things happen. Are you jumping in because the market's pumping only to get wrecked? And then on this, I'm telling you, there's people that bought here and then saw it drop back down and sold here. Do not be this person. We want to be the person that we're already positioned, and as this goes up, maybe we get excited, but then it reverses back down. We don't need to take an action because the market is whipsawing. But then we see this dipping. Maybe it goes into a zone that you have outlined on the chart. We're going to be talking about those zones right here in a moment. Now, what's going on right now in the market is a function of liquid capital and opportunity at the height of what opportunity is in financial markets. Bitcoin is the most liquid asset in the world. And it is the penultimate thing that's on everybody's mind right now. If you're in the financial world, whether you are in traditional finance or in this crypto world, this opportunity is so tight and tense right now because of where we're at in relationship to the halving cycle. And we see right here, I just want to point something out. This stole people's liquidity. And before we go any further, I do want to say, tomorrow is my birthday. I'm going to be 40 years old. So every single one of you, if you would, let's set a record for likes on this channel right now on a stream. Hit that like button. Join us here in the family. I love each and every one of you. I'm honored to be able to do this with you all on a daily basis and make sure that you don't step in some of the same traps I did when I was early on in my crypto trading career. It's quite a few years ago now. I want to show you the tools and strategies and show you how you can dominate, how you can extract money from this market and stop giving it to the market, to other people with a better strategy. So with that being said, again, hit that like button, subscribe button. And again, if you don't know who I am, welcome to the family. My name's Kelly Kellum. This is BitLab Academy. So talking about what's going on here, I just want to point something. This is a 2-hour chart. Let's go out to the 8-hour chart and just kind of zoom out a little bit. It's going to get a little bit muddy right here with all the signals we have. But the point here is we're coming up to a previous all-time high. If we come back on this chart and we come back to 2021, this box right here is essentially similarly what we're kind of dealing with right now. This previous all-time high, if we zoom out, let's go a little bit larger. It's an 8-hour. There we go. The previous all-time high is essentially right here on this cycle. And look at where we had all that trouble with price. Price came up into the zone and just, look, chop people out, chop people out. It's just Bobby Flay. It's just Gordon Ramsay in here just chopping this shit up. And the problem with this is because people get emotional at this level. People that bought down here are not getting emotional here. What happens is these people down here and in our current cycle, that would have been that 15.5 to 20K mark. Those people are buying because they're looking at data. They're not utilizing their emotions to inform the decision. When we get up to the previous all-time high level, what happens is something that's very important. It's this right here, this reflexivity. Price makes people interested, and so it drives the perception, which is positive, but then it can be fearful very quick because if you bought on emotion, then you're going to sell on emotion. And so we can see this playing out in the chart in this previous all-time high area. The question is going to be, are the bulls so strong right now that that's not going to happen? Well, as it stands right now, this is essentially exactly what is happening. We're coming into a very known level. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit. We're coming into a very known, highly contested area that is awakening the retail, which means it's awakening the emotions in the market. This time right now, let me say this on the big screen. Price breaks all-time highs. It crashes down. People get wrecked, but people that are not trading emotionally are not. What's happening right now, if you're in this market, if you're watching this video, you have an opportunity to realize that you can either be emotional and be donating your money, or you can have a strategy and utilize this volatility to make money. And the easiest case really is just to sit on your hands if you're already positioned. The market right now is presenting one of the best opportunities of our lifetime. And we're about to go into that price discovery mode. Even if we crash down from here and then we start, it doesn't matter. Where this market is going is, I cannot tell you how excited I am for what's happening right now in this market. So let's not get emotional. Let's not tune into our emotions on this right now. Market whipsawing, great opportunity. We have the levels mapped out already. We saw last week, I was talking, as this was pushing up, I was looking at this target level right here, 68, and I had this basically 15% drop down already marked on the chart. And, some people were thinking, oh, it's not going to happen. It's only going to go up. Well, what happened is we had that sell off after we initially tested the all-time high was it earlier this week? It wasn't that many days ago. And then we just very quickly washed out all the way down. If we move this line, we can see this wick came all the way down to that target that we outlined. Now, what's going on right now is it's coming back to test the zone. But what is interesting from a bull's perspective, and we have to look at both the bulls and the bears perspective so we can navigate this in a healthy way. What's nice about this is on this low, this came right back up to equilibrium, essentially, right in here. Chopped sideways, but on the chop sideways, The interesting thing about this from a bull's perspective is boom, a low, higher low. And then right here, we do have a little bit of a wick, but we did not even test this range low from this zone right here. So we had a washout up and a smaller, notice this, smaller washout to the downside. So everything's kind of sitting here right now, very tightly wound. There's a lot of bullish buying coming into the market, and we're going to talk about that really quick. And we have a couple charts to show you, and then we're going to dive in to the actual TA. But, you know, we on a macro, when we're not so zoomed in, when we've had this cross right here on these two trend lines on the Ichimoku cloud, these two moving averages, this is marked the very strong start of this bull run, and we have done that. That does not discount the fact that we can have a little bit of a pullback. But this is very, very bullish. Now, we also see the Dixie has been falling below its 200-day moving average cloud, which is basically the EMA and the simple moving average. But this is good. This is creating positive pressure or a positive pressure scenario in the crypto markets. And then moving on, and guys, we're going to be getting right into these charts, so stick with me here and hit that like button, by the way. It's my damn birthday tomorrow. Give me some love. Let's set the record on these likes and hit that subscribe button. Join us in the family. Now, we also seeing right in here, I mean, look at these numbers on the bottom. You don't even need to look at everything else. Look right down here. This is the total number of new, basically Bitcoin that are taken off the market, put into these ETFs on a daily basis, plus 8,000. And yes, this is minus. This is including the selling pressure from Grayscale. Even with 5,000 Bitcoin sold, we still had 8,000 Bitcoin, over 8,000 Bitcoin purchased. Even with 5,300 sold, we still had 10,700 Bitcoin purchased. Even with 4,000 sold, we had 4,000 purchased, and so on and so forth. Yesterday, we had 5,500 sold, and we still had over 7,000 Bitcoin purchased. The problem that everybody's having right now when we're looking at these markets is, oh, where's that sell-off? We had such positive price action. But it's hard to account for this type of demand in the market that is only increasing. We just saw BlackRock. Yes, we have ETFs. Fidelity, yes, we have the ETFs. But they also have other incredible funds, and they also have registered investment advisors. I did a video last week that was talking about the $128 trillion. I said that right. $128 trillion that's sitting on the sidelines right now, because the registered investment advisors, these people that push financial products and investment advice to their clientele, they have $128 trillion, not million, not billion, trillion dollars, basically undermanaged, that they manage those funds, that they haven't even begun pushing these ETFs. And that doesn't even account for the tens of billions of dollar funds. You know, I think BlackRock just opened up, added the Bitcoin ETF exposure to their just traditional investment funds. This way, BlackRock themselves can also invest in their own BlackRock ETF. Fidelity did the same thing. They also recommended a 1 to 3% allocation on their conservative portfolios. I mean, all signs are pointing to, as Dylan LeClaire calls it, an absolute wall of money that's coming into this space. The question is going to be, can you ride the wave when we get these little bit of liquidity washouts again? Now, I'm going to say that again. There is a wall of money coming into this market, and we feel like there should be a pullback, but we cannot account for these hundreds of billions, trillions of dollars on the sidelines ready to flood in. So the question is right now, can you withstand whipsaw price action and not get emotional and buy here and then get emotional and sell here and get emotional and buy here and get emotional? Do not trade on emotion. Trade with your data and trade with your strategy so that you can ride this wave. It's about to get explosive. And if you want to know more, follow us. Follow us here. Join our community so we can keep you in the know and keep you on the right side of these trades. Now, we got a couple more things to talk about, and then we're going to jump right into this TA. Now, this is that chart I was telling you about, kind of broken down more simply. The signs of strength. We have a bit of a flat top here, rising lows, right? So low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. We're getting a little bit of a chop right here with that wick washout, but this is traditionally a bullish pattern. When you have rising lows and a flat level of resistance, it's called an ascending triangle. Now, this could go either way right now with how emotional the market is, because there's some people that really want this market to continue exploding higher, while at the same time, we also have opportunities from pretty big name bears out there. Capo still thinks it's going to break down. Gareth Soloway still thinks it's going to break down. People have been shorting. And are they right or wrong? I mean, my bullish bias says these guys are idiots, but my understanding as an analyst, they're not idiots. They're looking at a particular set of data that is right. It's pretty astonishing that we're just pushing up, up, up. So this is what provides opportunity in the market, is having different players in the market have a different idea about what's going to happen. This is how you get the price movement, and price movement might scare you, but you wouldn't be in this market if we didn't have that explosive price movement. So let's celebrate it. If we have $5,000 down candles, great. We're also going to have $5,000 to $10,000 up candles. So let's ride this wave with data, not emotions. Now, there's a little bit of a concern here. If we look at Bitcoin price as a proxy of the Bitcoin energy value, I just want you to notice something. In these previous cycles, we rejected under it, and then we finally broke through it and had this strong uptrend. This would have been at roughly about where the halving was right here. Now, in this last cycle, we had basically a deviation slightly above it, and then rejected down, rejected, finally broke through, found support, pushed up. This is our first time testing this moving average, the energy value simple moving average. Now, this is at 70,000. This is exactly currently where we just rejected from. Are we going to just, we have to remember, everybody, it's exciting that we just hit 70,000. And we got the, for the bears, it's exciting that we had that little bit of a wick to the downside. But everybody keeps wondering, are we going up or down? There is a strong there is that possibility that the price action chops our ass out a little bit at the, could be even a $7,000 range. If we look back here, let's go to the 12-hour, double click, and just look on these large impulses up. Look at, this is effectively, it is up, but it is essentially sideways, triggering emotions both directions, 43 days. We see right here, this movement right here. This was 57 days, okay? This price action right here, chopping the living hell out of everybody. This was 91 days with the basically half and half. It was chopping sideways, and then it was chopping on a downward slope. And then right here, push up, chopping, wash you out, launch, chop, wash you out, absolutely launch. So there's a lot of things that could happen with this price right now. And we need to make sure that we can contend with knowing that we're emotional beings, asking ourselves what triggers us, and then building a strategy that helps prevent us from making stupid decisions, because things are looking really good right now. And we talked about this. Once we really start breaking beyond $70,000 and we get into that 75 and we get into 80, that wakes up all those, I call it the Aunt Linda, Uncle Larry indicator, when everybody that you've been mentioning Bitcoin and crypto to for the last 3 years and they thought you were a fool, that's when they give you the call. That's when your neighbor who has no idea, knows nothing about crypto, they start asking you questions. This is going to be a positive feedback loop to drive prices astronomically high. And everybody's waiting on that, and there's bulls and bears fighting over this. Remember, every candle movement on the chart, every movement that we're seeing here, it doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. 7 minute, okay, let's look at the 7 minute. This is a narrative battle. This is a war between the bulls and the bears. And what we're seeing right now, look at this on the 7 minute. Looks like a heartbeat. Why? Because it gets your heart beating, and that's what they're trying to do. Excite you, scare you. Okay, let's see who's stronger. On the excitement, can they outweigh the people trying to sell? On the fear, can the bulls come in? Are there enough buyers to come in and buy this dip to defend an area? It's essentially what we're trying to do when we're trading. And if maybe you're investing and trying to find the perfect opportunity to buy, well, if you have a long time horizon, any time is an opportunity to buy if you're holding 10 years. But if you're looking to stack into this next cycle, realize that there's no guarantee that this will dip or continue higher. You need to figure out what that strategy is for you. And this shows that the bulls really tried. The bears brought it down, but the bulls came in and defended this area. This is incredibly bullish. This is leaning to the bullish side. If we can hold in the zone above this trend line right here, most bullish scenario and a continuation. If we lose somewhere in this region and start breaking down, this will be a confirmation of a flip of this support to resistance. And we'll likely be testing down into this order block region right here, which is automatically printed on the chart right here on the BitLab trading stack. Now, this is essentially 64. Honestly, I'd say anywhere above 64. If we come down and bounce anywhere above this, it'd be great. But if we lose this regional level, I think, then we open up our map. That's why we map stuff out. I think the next level, which is going to, I mean, this is a very important level. Bears start to get into a little bit more control if we lose 64 because it's this previous range high. And this is a weaker level down in here because it's essentially just this chop zone. I estimate if we lose this $64,000, we likely will come down and test back into this region around that 5960K level. Now, again, we're looking at the 7-minute chart. That's why I think so crunched up there. And we see right here on the BitLab trading stack, this yellow line is the VWAP. Big money players play this spread on the VWAP, you know, if we are above it or below it. And so when we're looking at this, we see we are right at it. See this yellow line right here? We're sitting essentially, we came down and tested right on this VWAP and is trying to make a decision which direction this spread is trying to be pushed by the bulls or which direction down, how far down is the spread going to be pushed by the bears? Meaning, are we going to get a negative price action as it relates to the VWAP, the volume weighted average price? So what we're seeing right now, again, if we lose this area, we're coming right to 64. If we lose this area, I think we're actually going to lose this and come down to this 60K region. The other thing is, I mean, we are holding currently in this zone. We got the washout. This is a reversal candle on this movement right here. This is a reversal candle because we have this giant sort of dangly wick here where the bulls just ate this back up and it's looking like it's trying to move. So we're still in an indeterminable range. We did clear a little bit of the liquidity directly above this. So let's talk, so let's dive into that. And by the way, everybody, while you're here, we're going to be doing some TA on altcoins here in a few minutes. So I want each and every one of you put in 2 altcoins in, spam the chat. And you don't need to put 14 different messages. Just put in 2 coins that you want to see some TA on, and we'll chart that for you. And we'll try to get as many done as possible in this stream. And again, I'm so happy to do this, with you all. Can't believe I'm about to turn 40 tomorrow. You're all here with me through my 30s, right? And we're stepping into this next decade, or all of you stepping into your next day. All of us more wise because we've learned about Bitcoin and crypto, and Bitcoin taught me a lot about financial sovereignty. It gave me a lot of freedom in my life. It also showed me what was really going on with our government and the monetary spending and all this. So I'm very grateful that I can be in this market and help share some of what I've learned with you all. Again, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And again, my biggest happy birthday. Oh, and special shout out to Alexander G gifting 10 memberships here. Big love to you. I appreciate you. Now, let's talk about some of the other things we wanted to talk. This right here. Could we have forecasted the price breakdown? Well, there's some data. Some people get so locked in on the price action, they forget there's other data points. All right, let's look at this. Transfer volume from short-term holders in profit to exchanges. Look at this huge, this is a pretty damn large spike here. Why do we care if people are moving coins to exchange? Because if you're holding it in private custody, there's generally only one conclusion that would drive up the likelihood is if you're moving coins from your private custody to exchange, and we also see high prices, the conclusion that can be drawn with that is somebody's trying to set up to sell. So this is showing people are like, oh, okay, we're getting a little hot because short-term holders, they may have bought here and taking profit on these smaller time frames. People are, even if they don't sell, they're putting themselves in position that if markets do move, they're going to sell. And this is why when we're looking at the price action, when this came up, small little cascade and these big market makers, and there's big money in this market now. When the market gets up there and they start a little cascade, it can move very quickly because we just saw a lot of people. Where'd it go? A lot of people were already primed and in position to potentially sell. And short-term holders, all coins held under 155 days, are statistically astronomically more likely to sell in the face of volatility. So we have a lot of short-term held coins and they put them onto exchange. There's a high likelihood that there's going to be some selling pressure. And this is exactly what we got. So let's pay attention to this. Now, I do want to share something with you for it just for a moment. We have an incredible sponsor here on the channel, Cryptonomy.finance. And I have the link you can sign up with in the very top of the pinned comment. So stick with me here for just a moment. We're going to go over all the TA, all the everything, everything you guys want to see here in just a moment. But I want to share something with you that I've been using that I think is phenomenal. And that is Cryptonomy.finance. And again, the links for this, I'll show you those in a second. It's in the description below this video and in the pinned comment there. But essentially, this provides you the opportunity to participate in Web3 launch pools with huge, essentially rewards and staking fees and all this sort of stuff. But in addition to that, you also have the opportunity. You also have the opportunity to go on a fixed or a flexible staking schedule here. And I just started mine the other day. Look, this is already up, some money. Polygon's already up here as well. We also have the launch pool that you can utilize, which look at these metrics. It's incredible. Project categories, GameFi, DeFi, blockchain services, others. Average ROI, 57.2%. If you want to know more, head over to Cryptonomy.finance. The link is in the pinned description. And you can also head right here to in the description here has all the links. Sign up there, stake, get some, and I would not recommend putting your whole portfolio on any site. As much as I love Cryptonomy, make sure that you are smart about how you're utilizing where you're allocating funds. But if you have some stuff like me, I have these position portfolios I'm holding through this bull market. I'm holding through this bull market. And so I'm also going to utilize getting those staking rewards here if you come in here to the interest account, you can see once it loads, there we go. You get basically a lot of rewards along the way. So I'm making use of my money making money. So again, if you want to know more, just head to those links directly below the website here, below the description, I should say, or in the pinned comment. So again, shout out to Cryptonomy.finance. Thank you for being partners. And I think it's time that we all jump in to some TA. Everybody just give me 1 second here.
What's up, chat, guys? First and foremost, happy birthday to none other than the 30-year-old standing next to me, Kelly. But I thought he was going to party with me all weekend, but apparently not, so now I'm sad. But shout out to everybody in chat, guys. Learn that TA, make some money. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, well, I was supposed to go to Orlando with them to go to a crypto conference. Hey, have a safe trip, man. But I want to do some content here with you guys this weekend, so I'm staying here so I can be with the family right here. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to Ranthony, Ranthony Events, being a member for 2 months. He said Doge and SHIB, please. We could use some Doge and SHIB. Crimson Caravan, member for 4 months. Always practice self-custody and never give up your private keys. If the APY seems too high, good to be true. Too good to be true. Self-sovereignty is why we're here. It is, absolutely. And this is why you need to make sure that if you're going to take advantage of DeFi within this space, you do it in a smart way. You do it with somewhere that has trusted track record, good customer service, also good brand partners, but also you don't put 100% of your portfolio in anything. I don't even have 100% of my portfolio in a wallet. I have stuff spread out across. But now I think it's time. Everybody, are you guys and gals ready to see some TA on those altcoins? Let me know again. Let's see. You guys can spam it again. I'm going to be just scrolling down through this and trying to do as many. We're going to do Turbo TA, baby. Turbo TA. Let me know what you want to see, and let's go ahead and do it. And shout out also again to Corey Wrights. Where is it? Did I exit out of it? Oh, it's back over here. Boom, boom, boom. A shout out again to Crypto Corey, which you can find at Ordinal Corey. That opening track, which will also be in the outro, is a track that he produced. You can listen to that full track right here. It's a crypto vibe, baby. So that's why we threw it in there. So big shout out to him. Now, I see you guys getting those coins in here. Let's go ahead and talk through them. Now, before we dive into those, we see Ethereum had this move all the way. Look at this, 399963. I'm looking over here on the right now, but let's put our mouse directly over this candle and let's look at this. Remember, up here is OHLC, open of candle, high of candle, low of candle, close of candle. Very easy. So you get all the data right there. Put your mouse over this one. you can see that the H is 4,000 on the dot right there on Coinbase. So we did it 4,000, and then just like Bitcoin, it just moved to the downside. Now there's speculation that there was a Microsoft hack at the same time that Bitcoin hit all-time high. Isn't it? Let me say this. Isn't it funny that the last 2 times in this last week, we've hit all-time highs, started to break them, and we've had major global corporate tech companies hacked or their servers down? Seems like there's something going on there. What do you think? Now, coming back over here, let's look at it. Ethereum, is this presenting an opportunity or is this a sell and it's about to go down? Well, let's look at the broader picture. We're going to talk about this and then dive into these altcoins. Whipsaw, just like Bitcoin. But what we see is the price action pushed up, came down, and this is a shooting star. Shooting star candle. This does suggest that we may be pulling down, but the following candle, we still have a lot of time on this. It's 6 hours. So let's go to a little bit smaller time frame, 2 hours. There we go. So the question's going to be right here on the 2-hour candles. We had a bearish engulfing candle, meaning that the bears took over the narrative currently. But if this candle can close, we can even go to the 1 hour to get more. There we go. Now we have a candle closed, which gives us a little bit better data. Bearish engulfing, we lose the trend signal line. We slice through everything. We come down, and this comes right to the order block that's printed here on the BitLab trading stack. The BitLab volume. We have the BitLab intelligence here. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. And then the BitLab trend fuel here, all part of the BitLab trading stack. But this green box and this red box here is auto printed on the chart based on liquidity, where there's liquidity interest in the chart the last time the price was at that level. We see that there's a block here, meaning that there's a lot of liquidity interest right here. And what do we see? Price action comes down, bounces right above it, and shoots right back up. This candle right here is a reversal candle that suggests that maybe this is the end of this move and maybe this is going to come up. But the problem I have with this is we've come pretty far spread down below this trend signal line. So we're going to want to pay attention to what the next 2 or 3 candles are, because this could be a recipe for this to come down. Now we see right here, option T, we have these higher highs. Now at the same time, if we look at this, let's go option V, we put a line right there. At the same time, look at this. We saw signals before that high happened on both the stochastics, this orange line, and also the RSI. We have lower highs on this where we have higher highs here. There was bearish divergence coming into this, signaling a potential pullback. In addition to that, we have a rising wedge. Rising wedges also tend to break bearish. The question is, did this fulfill that bearish breakout, which is kind of what usually happens on these rising wedges? Is this fulfilled? Well, this is going to be TBD. You want to know the answer. I know you do. We have to remain adaptable at every step of the way right now, because everything is on such a razor's hair about what direction it could happen. I think there likely will be a little bit of choppiness in here. And once we get up into this zone where this trend signal line is, which is essentially 39.50 on Ethereum, we're either going to reject somewhere below this and continue down, or we're going to be able to slice through that, probably get rejected again at this 39.80, 39.90 sort of region, find a little bit of support there, and then launch. This is what we're looking for right now. Sometimes you don't know the exact move that's going to happen looking at the chart in the moment. You can only project what may be coming and look at the 2 or 3 different opportunities that are going to be in play when it reaches those levels that you marked out. Now, interestingly, through all this, when we come down here, we look at Fetch.ai. Fetch.ai, while everything else was dumping, was in the middle of a breakout of this bull flag. Now we can take a measurement here. I'm going to do it somewhat conservatively. Boom, like this. The target on this, if this were to continue up, would be essentially, let's draw a box. We've been hitting, everybody hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Guys, we have been hitting the targets that I've been calling out on this show. Like, I can't even tell you that hit rate over the last month or two. Man, I hope it continues, because no analyst, no trader has just, a 9 out of 10 hit rate all the time. You're going to, I might have a slump where I'm calling it wrong. And this is why everybody needs to do their own diligence. But we do see this breakout right now. And look at this. It lost the trend signal line. It's chopping around it, rejection at it. Now it also broke out of this pattern and the trend signal line. And if you notice, this trend signal line turned green as well. After this already tested this is giving me a little more confidence in this. But if this is pushing up while the rest of the market is pushing down, it gives me a little bit of a lack of confidence and a continuation, unless there's a larger AI narrative play that's coming in. We can also see the same thing if we go over to AGIX. AGIX. We had the same similar sort of structure. This actually had a head and shoulders right here, interestingly, but just did not really, I mean, I guess it did. Look, there's a head, measure this, the breakdown. Look at that, actually hit it perfectly with the wick. But we have a similar sort of structure here. This broke out of this. Now we have an order block on this one though. So if we can clear this full order block, we may actually have a little bit more room to run. The VWAP is angled to the upside, meaning they're moving the money away from that volume weighted average price. At some point, you're going to see the price. You're going to see this round over, suggesting the price is going to come back and test that VWAP. Now, this is a weekly VWAP. Let's see what the daily VWAP is on the BitLab trading stack daily. There we go. So the daily VWAP is essentially right here, right at where this previous range resistance was. So if we do come down here, realize you have to understand the context of a situation. When we have breakouts, sometimes we like to see price come back and test and then have a continuation. Oops, I don't know what's going on there. And then have a continuation. I don't know why the mouse just locked like that. But the daily VWAP is at $1.14. The trend signal line's up here to $1.18, $1.20. So I'd really be interested to see if this does roll over here. I'd prefer as a bull for this to bounce somewhere in this region here. Basically, these highs, we look to the price action to give us a level. So these highs coming over, if this does reverse and try to confirm, this is where I would want to see it. I think if this came down to this area to confirm, it actually would probably more likely fall through. Now we have not yet cleared this previous range high. Again, look, we're slicing right through this order block. If we can clear this, this may actually still have a bit more to run. Now I saw somebody said Doge. I'm not usually somebody that looks at Doge, but I'm here for you guys. This is what we're doing. We're looking at stuff because the retail's starting to wake up too. So we got to look to coins like Doge, even if you don't like it. You know what? If you don't like a coin that somebody's holding, or you think that sucks, or that, no, it doesn't matter. None of this tribal nonsense we have across the market and across the world right now. If you trade it, if you're making money on it, hallelujah, bravo to you. I'm not going to hate on it. So let's get back into this. Look at Doge. I don't care if it's Doge, Shiba, MOG. It doesn't matter to me. In fact, we just a shout out for all you guys. We do have, again, the Cryptonomy, the link is right here. We did start a Monday show here on BitLab Academy. And if let's see, live. It's this Crypto Degens show. I'm doing it with Rodney, my crypto journey. We're talking all meme coins and microcap coins, finding those 50x, 100x coins, charting them, talking about them, looking into them. So you can come to this 3:15 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays. I'm doing this with Rodney here on BitLab Academy. I just want to shout that out. And there's a lot of great information in this video showing you how to look into meme coins, get the diligence on them. You know, there's so much good information in this. So definitely go check that out. Now, Dogecoin, let's go ahead and back it out a little bit. I want to see the weekly VWAP as well. Since I changed this, there we go. Let's turn that weekly VWAP back on yellow. There we go. Now, daily. Okay. So there we go. Large rounding bottom with a big volatility spike in here. Now, in addition to all this, let's actually delete this. It's too much on there. All right. So we have essentially a trend line right in here that we broke out of. And we've been riding this, essentially this level of support to the upside. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And we cleared this previous range high, as well as this neckline from this. You could call it an Adam and Eve. You could call it a cup and handle. And if that's the case, what do? Option T, measure from the neckline down to there. We see the target out of this is right up here into the 20 cent to 22 cent range, which, by the way, we're already in the zone. I mean, look at this. I didn't even notice this. Look at this. This wick tapped right into the target of the breakout of that cup and handle. Now, what we're seeing right now on the smaller time frame, remember, coins like Doge are going to be a little bit more reactive because it's going to be a lot more retail heavy, meaning, you know, these retail players are going to be involved and smart money too. But the smart money in this is going to be in this to trigger retail to emotional trades so they can harvest money from people that are not trading smart. Now, we do have a bit of a head and shoulders here. It's a little sideways where we have boom, shoulder, head. Sorry. for the shoulder. Damn it. Shoulder, head, shoulder. And if that's the case, let's draw a little bit of a trend line right there. Option T, come to the top to the bottom. This suggests that there could be a potential for this to come back and test this breakout point, which is down here at 10 cents. People don't want to hear that. They want TA because they want to see the target to the upside. I'm not just going to give you the target to the upside. I'm going to show you the downside potential too. The target to the downside, if this does break down, is this 10.6 cents. But there's a lot of chop in this region. So I do think if this does break down, it likely will bounce somewhere in this 12-cent range where this other box is from previous highs before. Now, if this does break to the upside, let's go 6 hour. This does break to the upside. I'm still looking essentially coming up into this zone, this 22 cent zone. And then we can talk from there. If we can clear that, then we'll talk about higher prices. I'm scrolling through Ocean. You got somebody asked for Ocean. We have not done Ocean in a minute. I think that one is worth doing. I'm just looking at the list of coins you guys gave me in the live chat. Shout out to everybody participating in the chat. And by the way, we got a lot of new people here that have been showing up in the last couple days and weeks. If you're new here, let us know. And I want to see every single person, new or old, if you've been around. Everybody right in the live comments right now or in the comments down below if you're watching later. Where are you tuned in from? What city, what state, what country? Let's see where people are. Let's see who's the farthest. I'd love to tie this together, and I want to be organizing some meetups around the globe here sometime soon as well. So shout out to everybody here. And again, let's set some records, baby. Hit that like button. Show some love. My birthday's tomorrow. I appreciate you being here. After tomorrow, I'm an old man. I'll be 40. So look down below the video. If it does not say subscribed, what are you doing? Join us here. Now, and I also want to say, just shouting this out, this video we did yesterday, Making Millions, this, I highly recommend everybody watch this. Those of you that have seen it, great. Watch it again if you want, but everybody, if you haven't seen this video, watch it. There's a lot of great alpha in there about your portfolio, about strategy with altcoins, about where the next bull market cycle tops may be, and a bunch of signals to help you really identify that the top is coming so you can get out and not be left holding the bag like a lot of people got happened to last time. Now, Ocean, let's look at you, baby. Let's see it. All right. Large. I must have charted this a long ass time ago. And we're breaking out of this. Came down, tested the zone. Came down, tested the zone. Bounced, came up. Where did it go? Right into the order block here. We have a fib or something. Let's delete that. Right into the order block here, which is a previous range high right in here. We're coming up on, I think this might be, yeah, this is a previous all-time highs up here at $1.89. We went from 11 cents up to $1.20. Guys, this is why when the markets feel like they're bleeding and it's never going to end, if you bought an asset like this here and you're frustrated when the price is here, stop being a baby. If you bought here, great. You made a bad decision in that moment because you bought a range high. But you can either have an exit strategy somewhere up here, or you can do yourself the service of, if you believe in this asset and you do think it's going to do well, if you bought 10 here, 10 US dollars worth here, realize that's $1.44. Then down here with that same $10, you could nearly 10x the same amount of buying power down here, and your average entry would be sucked way down. So then the price only has to go to a particular level, much lower than the previous level that you got in at, and then you'd already be in profit. Utilize strategy in this market. Let's not whine. Let's not be upset. Let's use a frustrating situation to identify we could have done something different and ask, what the hell can I do different? We are not victims on this channel. We are people that identify, what can I do? What are the steps that I can take to be better? What are the steps that my responsibility is that I can make this better next time, or turn this lemon into lemonade? This is what it's all about, baby. This is a positive channel, tools, resources, and the number one tool you have is your mind. So let's stay grateful. Let's stay with the growth mentality. We are pushing up into a level that does look a little contentious. This is looking like it may be setting up for a little bit of a correction just on first glance. Now, when we're looking at this, let's get some more data here. All right, so the money flow is very positive. We have a pretty strong bearish divergence here on the momentum between these two levels. In the same time frame, we also have a little bit of bearish divergence on the RSI. So this is pushing up into the zone. And what we're seeing here, if you're asked, even if you don't have any indicators or anything, you can always take a measurement. How big was this move? Okay. How big was the next move? Okay. Is this the same size? No, quite a bit smaller. Okay. This next move right here. Ooh, it's getting much smaller. This is looking like it's a little bit of a cooling, unless this is going to coil into a bull flag or something. But we're in a contested zone. Double order block here, which is why it's so dark. The order block from right here, you see, is where it starts. And then it gets darker right here. It's because there's a double order block right here, meaning a lot of liquidity interest came into the order books in these two zones. Now, this is, yeah, so I'd be watching in this zone for a potential, it's something like this, but a lot of chop in this zone. If we get down to a smaller time frame, we can see we have a little bit of an angled support there. So on the smaller time frame, if we can clear $1.23, I think we may be working ourselves up a little bit higher into the zone. But this is going to be kind of hard to gauge where that move's going to come. We do have positive money flow, but you see how this flipped gray? It means the money flow went neutral. So there's money coming in. There's not any money coming out yet, so I hadn't flipped negative, but that money is kind of just staying as is. There's a little bit of question about the bullish narrative at the moment. The VWAP has come back up, but we saw the last time it came back up, it rolled back over down. Stochastics are angled up. RSI is angled up. What's it looking like on the 15-minute? It's probably going to be angled up because on the small time frame, it was. But see, we have negative money flow on the 15-minute, and the stochastics are starting to roll over. So I feel like right now it's in a contentious zone. It's trying to decide if it wants to break out. If it does break out, on just a quick measurement, let's go option F. Up to bottom. I could see a move up into this 1.382 level if we do a fib extension from this move. If we do a smaller move, just to be a little bit more conservative, we can take a measurement from here down to this bottom. We can see that so if we can clear the $1.22, I would look for the $1.27 to $1.30 range on Ocean. What else we got? I'm just looking at what you guys, Solana. We haven't done Solana in a while. Let's look at Solana. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any super chats or anything, because I hate it when I miss those. So shout out to everybody that's gifting memberships and super chats and members that are here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. You guys keep it going. Option T, we got a pretty nice trend line right here. We lost it. See, lost it, came up confirmed and came down, but it's still looking a little indeterminable. This is a 15-minute chart though. What am I doing? All right, so let's just ignore this because that was a V-shaped recovery. Look at that. Whipsaw up, down, and then launch. Somebody bought here, sold here, and then now they're mad and maybe bought here again. So, but this is looking, everything's kind of hinging on this idea with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Because we're at previous all-time highs so early, yes, so early, Bitcoin strategy platform, we're here so early. We have to remember this. We want to know what's happening on a 15-minute chart, and if we forget to look at the damn data. Look at where we're at. These black dots that are on here. See how there's black dots all the way over here? You see how far after the halving the black dots came? The black dots are hitting all-time high. We're not even after halving. We've already got the black dots, meaning we've hit all-time high. Look at how much higher we are in relationship on a correlation on the previous cycles. Look how much higher we are pre-halving. It does stand to reason. Wouldn't it be interesting if we got something like this? The inverse of this, I mean. Look how much higher we're going. Are we going to get the inverse of this and come back down and then continue? It's a possibility, but we could also just keep going hypercycle and keep pushing higher and higher. But because we are at this very known level of that previous all-time high with Bitcoin, there's fear in the market that we could have just a very quick sell-off, which is why we're seeing coins have pushed up. And now it's like, did they start the race? This is why we're seeing a little bit of that move right now. We need some confidence with bulls coming in and taking us well above 70, like into the 75 to 78. And we need to see on any sort of washout. We need a washout because we need to see where the bulls come in. That's what starts giving confidence to the buyers in this market. So let's remember that when we're frustrated that this isn't just running away. This is a little bit concerning that we have an M formation right here. let's see what plays out here. We have positive money flow. The stochastics came down here and reset on this move right here. And they're trying to move up, but they're very flat. You see how it's kind of like, it's just, can't make the move. This is bullish though with the RSI. RSI have come down here, bounced on this above the 50 line, above this 50 line, pushed up, bounced again. If we lose the 50 line here on this time frame, we're looking at the 2 hour. If we lose the 50 line, then it could mean for a larger correction. In this case, the point of control is essentially where I'd be looking. This line right here on the BitLab volume. This is where all this price was also trading right here. It's the equilibrium, the point of control, where most of the volume is traded. At what price? Right in here. It stand to reason that we could come back into the zone. Now, what would be the golden fib pullback? We go from the bottom of the wick, it would be down here at 126. So let's see if there's a better line, maybe right up. Okay, yeah, so see right at the candle bodies, golden pocket right on the point of control. So this tells me that if the price does start moving down, we want to hold this area, $1.31, $1.32. If we lose this area, we're likely going to be trading down to test these lows at $1.19 and maybe even moving down to the, not dollar, sorry, 100, 111, etc. Sawtooth Hiker says, I want lower. Everybody throw your emojis in the chat right now if you are a member. Tell me with the emojis that you have, the member emojis, what you want the price to do, what your sentiment is. Let's see those emojis flying in here. Now, Solana, I am very bullish on this, but I do think I think the bullish outcome is just holding this level, moving up. A pullback bullishness would be coming to this 382, which is right here at this previous range high right here, bouncing here and then going. If we are going to really test the resolve of the bulls, it would be coming down into this golden pocket right here at $130, $132. So that's what we're looking at right now. Ethan Smith, by the way, put something on our radar. I don't even know if it's on TradingView, but I'm going to bring it up because he was in the BitLab member stream yesterday or the day before, which, by the way, super secret, everybody. We talked so much alpha in there yesterday, and we're having issues with the Discord, so I shared it with an unlisted link, and I'm just telling you right now, you might have an ability to go super sneak peek, kind of what we kind of do in some of the member streams. It was, we were breaking down a bunch of charts. It's right here on community. You can click this link. You can watch it. We were breaking down all kind of different charts. And I was also going through some TA how-tos, why I'm picking certain levels. And we were doing basically call outs from the members there of what coins they wanted to see. So you're welcome to check out that right there. Now, coming back over to this, NETTENSOR, this is just very new coin. Ethan Smith put it on my radar. And I'm not saying it's good or bad in terms of should it be in your portfolio. You have to make that decision. But it's in the, I believe it's in the AI sort of spectrum. And we can see right here, option F from the top to the bottom. And look at where we're at right now. God damn it. Came right up into the 1.618 of that extension. And we're challenging this area right now, which ultimately, if this starts continuing to push, the next target would be up here at this 58 cent mark, which is, it's not a small move. That's another 30% move. So I'm going back through super chats. You got some super chats? Viewer activity. It doesn't show super chats. Is my thing just not showing it? Let me scroll back and see. Super chat. Holy moly. I don't know what. So my thing is not showing me super chats, but I'll scroll back through the live chat. Sawtooth Hiker with the $50 super chat for my birthday. I appreciate you. I love you. You know what? I am cash poor. Everybody right now, throw a 1 in chat if you're cash poor, because I have every single dollar that I can in the market. And if it's not in the market, like in a coin, it's in stable coins. So in my bank account, it looks like I look like I'm going to be living on the street next week. So thank you for that super chat. Maybe I can buy myself a burrito tonight or something. I appreciate you, Sawtooth Hiker. I'm scrolling back. We got a $5 super chat from Nate. Quick price prediction on and TA on LCX. All right, we'll pull up LCX right now while I'm seeing if there's any other super chats. I don't want to. I hate missing super chats. I feel so guilty. See Crimson Caravan with the member chat. Thank you for that, and thank you for being here. Crimson Caravan's always here showing love and in the Discord, and big love to you. And we did run events DOGE there. All right, so I think I got all the super chats. Big love. Okay. Falco, who's always in the family as well, says, Juan, one-on-one? Yeah. So we'll do that next. So let's look at this. LCX, let's get a little bit more macro view just because we haven't done this in quite some time. I mean, look at this. Perfect consolidation. Why did it consolidate there? Look left on the chart. This is where we had a rejection, back down, consolidate. Not only did it consolidate, it gave us a perfect pattern to trade. You could call this a bull pennant, or you can call this a symmetrical triangle. If it was a symmetrical triangle, which is a more conservative breakout target, that would have been it. And look at where the price went. It went right up into the zone and consolidated. So this is moving up and to the right. But we had a little bit of we marked this out, and I guess before this even happened, the price action came down. Look at this. Broke down, tested this, confirmed this flip from support to resistance, and consolidating sideways. It's trying to hold support right here where these two order blocks are on the BitLab trading stack. By the way, everybody, I had to extend, keep that sale alive because it is my birthday. We are testing around that all-time high level. If you want to get access to our Discord, where we've been putting out calls, we've been getting access to private sales to members. There's so many different things that we're doing in our Discord, as well as member streams and all that. You can sign up at lab.bitlabacademy.com/Josh. Let me put the link right here. Signals, charts, etc. Sign up right there. The link is in the signals charts. I wanted to put as few words as possible, but that's where you sign up. You get 30 days free, but also all these indicators I'm showing you, you get the best deal that's possible to get. When you sign up for this, immediately after signing up, right after you do it, it brings up an upgrade option to upgrade to the indicators and all the courses. Rather than being the total thing with all of it would have been like 120 or something. It ends up only being 57. And that doesn't have a free trial. But if you want access to those indicators, but also if you want to get in the Discord, sign up while this link is still active. The link is right there. I have to join to put that up so I can pin it to the place pin comment. All right, let's wrap up with a little bit more TA on what's going on here. Chopping sideways, building a little bit of a base. Wonderful. A little bit of an inverted head and shoulders here. Very light shoulder, head, shoulder, and another one right here is starting to form. So the bulls are trying to win this battle, but the bears keep bringing it down, but we're getting slightly higher lows each time. As this to be said, the point of control that's right there, right at that neckline, if we're able to clear this and the order block that's right above it, and I'd be expecting a move that would be the 28 cent to 29 cent mark. If we can clear this, then maybe we're going to start working our way back up into higher prices. But what is the move Fibonacci here? So the golden pocket is going to be right here at the 29 cent mark. So I was talking about this 27 to 28 sort of zone. If we can clear this, really, this is where we need to clear this 29 cent mark. And then that shows the bulls are back in control. And it's not just a fall retrace continuation to the downside. So we're watching that 29 to 30 cent mark for then a potential continuation up. Let's look at Juan chain. Juan. Is it WON? I don't know. You have to let me know. I'm Juan. You're Juan. PROPY. I don't think we've ever looked at PROPY on here. PROPY USDT. Oh yeah, that's why it's just launched, recently launched, I should say. And this is curving, but there's no telling of, really how low this could go if the bottom did fall out. I do not recommend anybody trade this kind of stuff. For the crypto degens, I'll talk about this kind of stuff on the crypto degen show on Mondays here on BitLab Academy, Mondays at 3:15 p.m. But as it stands right now, what I want to see on this, if I was trading this, one, as I wouldn't really be trading it, this is a moon bag. I'd buy, and I just, I'd be kind of do my diligence, and I'd just be kind of waiting for developments and the community initiative behind it. We want to see this break above 60 cents, and then we could talk about potentially higher prices. We do not want to see it lose 49 cents, which is the lows here, as well as this order block, or this would potentially move further to the downside. Filecoin on a little bit of a rip here. Got a bit of a cup, a little bit of a handle here with not much of a dip, and now it's moving up and to the right. And we have this marked out. I don't even know why, but I have it on the chart, 1124. Let's see why we have that marked out. It's a previous range high zone right here. And we're right in the middle of these overlapping order blocks. And we're just slicing right up and through it. So, I mean, look at this giant cup and handle as well, or head and shoulders, but giant cup and handle. Let's measure this. This would suggest that we have a target up here in the $15 range. We can also measure this right here. Full flag. It also goes $14. So we have a no, it's actually there. $13 to $15 range is what I'm looking at on this next move up and potential hesitation. We're right in the middle of order blocks, though, and this range high. If we can clear 1130, 1150, I do think that this could actually start making a little bit more moves to the upside. I mean, look at this Adam and Eve sort of pattern. A lot of bullishness with this, telling us for some time that this was going to try and push higher. So let's see what else we got. PYTH. Man, I'm doing all y'all's jams today. It's my birthday week. You know, I'm turning 40 tomorrow, and I'm happy to be here with you guys. I'm doing everything you guys want to do. All I ask is that you hit that damn like button. Join us here. Let's get those subscribers up. Let's have a record number of subscribers. Somehow we only get like 3 or 4 subscribers per stream, and I don't understand it because I'm on here for an hour, dropping alpha, uplifting your spirits. So if you are watching this and you've been watching for weeks, maybe you're clicking through a link or something, and you don't even know you're not subscribed. Look down below the video right now. If it does not say subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Come over here just like this. Boom, breakouts. Let's pause this right now. If you see right here where it says subscribed, does yours say subscribed or not? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let's get this going here, everybody. Going back over here. Let's do a couple more coins, then I got to roll. PYTH. A little bit. This is kind of what we were just talking about with PROPY. A little bit of a shoulder here, a little bit of a head, a little bit of a shoulder, but it's kind of hard to take targets on something that has so little price action. If you wanted to do this, okay, it would be a little bit irrelevant, I think. I think in reality, if we can clear the 72 cent mark, which is right on this neckline, I think we'll have another sort of push up and then a similar sort of shape where we push up, have a little bit of sell off. We very well could have another rejection from here or just trade sideways in the zone. But this is, one of those Oracle plays that is competing with, I don't want to say competing, but it's in the same sort of Oracle field as Chainlink. I think it's going to perform well as well because it's on Solana. So it's much can operate a little bit quicker and less fees because it's on Solana rather than Ethereum. CLORE.ai. I don't know why. I don't know when I did all this T on this one. Let's move all these lines. All right. Cup and handle right here. And it's starting a bit of the breakout. This is another one of those AI plays that Josh put us onto. And he put us onto this one somewhere like right here. And it's just been ripping since. So get in the Discord, everybody. I'm telling you. lab.bitlabacademy.com. It's pinned in the top of the comments right there. lab.bitlabacademy.com/JOSH. Sign up here. And the second you sign up, it gives you an opportunity to upgrade, get the indicators, get the courses, go through, understand how to read on-chain metrics. And each course, by the way, is broken into lessons that are like 6 to 12 minutes, specific topic lessons. So you can go through them at your own pace and really get in the know about how to navigate these markets. This is looking bullish. This is looking like it wants to make a move. This is a 3-day chart. What's it look like on a smaller time frame? 1 hour chart. So we did break through that. We came down, tested the range, starting to move up. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those ones if I were to get it, I would just sort of buy it and look at it over the next 3 or 4 months. I wouldn't really be trading something with such a small market cap. Caspa, we have not looked at Caspa in a minute. I see somebody said Caspa there. All right, this is looking like it's kind of on the struggle bus right here. Rejection, 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 rejection. Now, it's trying to form a bottom. Wash out to the downside, back up, higher lows, higher lows. We want to see what happens in this range right in here. We have a little bit of a broadening wedge. See this? So if we can hold this support, I'd want to see it come up here to 15.7 and then potentially break out. And we're going to have an issue right here because of all this chop right in here, these lows, this rejection. So we have this rejection here, this riding on top of this box, this rejection here, and then it's right below the order block. So if this does take out the 15.7, 15.6 zone, if this does bounce up in here, we have this area to contend with before. It's like a gateway before we see higher prices. What else we got? HBAR. We're just doing all of them today, guys. Got a bit of a little bit of resistances there. We had a little bit of a channel here, but it did deviate below and came right back inside of it. So I'd be paying attention to these sort of levels right in here. If we could take this out, again, previous range high and order block right up here at 13.6. ONDO, one of those other ones I told you about 2.5 weeks ago. This is where I told you about it. This is also where I bought. Yeah, it deviated down. I added some to the position. It's moving up. Partners, a lot of money invested, I think, from Coinbase and also partnership with BlackRock. Real world asset tokenization. And it's fairly quite a small market cap on ONDO. I can't even remember what it is. Let's see. ONDO. Man, that ballooned quickly over the last week or two. But yeah, it's under $1 billion right now. But this has had a huge increase from back here when it was 18 cents, now up to 62 cents. And strong partnerships. You could get it on Coinbase, Bybit. If you're ever trying to figure out how to find a coin, coinmarketcap.com. Type in the coin. Doesn't matter. Okay, Gorilla. I don't know what Gorilla is. It's just in the search thing. Markets. Right there tells you where you can buy. Just to give you an example. Got to teach you something every stream, right? CDX is one of those ones he put us onto as well. Josh was giving us some great tokens here. I ended up getting in on this. I told everybody in the Discord, I'd be breaking things down for you guys in the Discord. I tell you exactly the moves I'm making and what I'm looking at, what levels. I mean, talk about alpha, and Josh sharing some incredible calls, what's going on. We got the gym calls, exact setups and where we're taking profit and VIP charts, breakdowns from Corduroy, who's awesome. I post in here as well as John Dalton, chart requests. You can ask for certain coins. And, there's so much in our Discord. I'm telling you, get on lab.bitlabacademy.com/Josh. The link is in the pinned description, pinned comments there at the top. So take advantage of it while you can. I'll put it in the live chat again right now, just so you can see it. I want you guys to take advantage of this while that sale is still up. I just did it. All right. Now we're going to do 2 more coins and we got to roll. Quant, we'll do 3. Quant, look at this. Equilibrium tested, up, down, back to middle. So let's see what's going on here. I do think when this one starts running, it's really going to run. Remember, Quant only has, it's such a limited supply, and it's incredible what price it's at for its supply. Look at this. Supply is only 14. Currently circulating supply, 12 million. Max supply is going to be somewhere, I think, in the 14 to 16 million. Less than Bitcoin. So it doesn't mean this is going to go to the same price as Bitcoin. You have to know that. But what it does suggest is that there is an opportunity for these prices to be much higher if these markets start ripping. I've been watching this pretty strongly, and we had this price action holding right around this 100 level, push up to the upside. It's looking like it's trying to suss out which direction it wants to go. I'd be watching for potential retest back to 114, this previous range high. But if we can hold here, because we do have higher lows, if we can hold in the current region that we're in right now, you see all of these lows right in here. We can hold from this bounce and break out of this trend line right here. See this rejection. If we can break out of this, next we want to clear 130, and then I think we're going to be, then targeting this 139. If we're held and suppressed under this, we may be chopping into a zone in here. So let's be a little bit cautious. That's there. Stacks. Everything's had these sort of washout sort of things. There's not even a trend line there. Why? Because this is rounding. Rounding is on an upward movement. Rounding like this is somewhat bearish. We got a whipsaw both up and down here. If this does present an opportunity down into this level, I'd be taking advantage of it. If it goes even further than that, great. Give me a better opportunity, because this is looking, it can't really decide what it wants to do. Anywhere down in this 264 or below level, I think would be a good opportunity to take advantage of it. Let's do one more. Say and Near both had big news come out in the last couple of days. So rejection, 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 rejection. We've broken through. So even though this looked like it was scary, it has bounced from here. If we can clear this 95 cent dollar range again, I think this could be off to the races. People want this to be a bull flag. If it is, what's the target? Remember, I say want because no pattern is guaranteed. I see, do we have, now my things popped up. I can see the happy birthday, my dude, from Overcome 70 times X. Big shout out to you. And again, Sawtooth, I can't believe you sent 50 bucks. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. I say people want this to be a bull flag because sometimes you'll have a pattern that is, and it doesn't break out that direction. Markets can be volatile sometimes. I have thousands of dollars staked in TIA, so there's nothing I can do about it except cry. No, hey, that means be patient. We have a bull market coming. So if we have the market, presenting better opportunities to the traders, great. You're stacking stuff in the back end. You're de-stressing yourself because you have it staked somewhere. You're still making money and you can focus your other capital on other projects. And then when you want to take that out of the staking, when the bull market is really kicking off, then you do that. So this is a target on, say, if it does continue going out of this bull flag, which is $1.07, but I think we're going to have some trouble in the zone. Let's pay attention to that. If we do move down, I want it to hold above 81, 82 cents, which is the previous range highs, as well as this descending level of resistance that now should be support. Now near, let's look at near, very similar to what we were just seeing on say. We do have a bit of a bull flag, bull channel here. The target on this would be, let's measure it conservatively, because you could measure it all the way down here. No, let's not be jackasses. I'd rather have a little bit shorter target and front run that as well and be able to get out of a position than waiting for than waiting for this move to take profit and it never going up to this and I get chopped out and I, lose money and, let's be a little more conservative on our targets. You'll hit them more often. So on this target up here, this puts it up at 753, 755 sort of zone, but we have to contend with this sort of this pattern it's in now. It may even come down and test down here into the 505, 510 sort of range. Now, last one I'll do is TIA for our guy that just talked about that. All right, so TIA. I just moved out of my TIA position the other day because I wanted to get exposure to ORNJ and CDX, and I didn't want to put new capital in the market. And this wasn't moving, meaning I hadn't seen any profits. I'd actually taken like a little bit of a loss, but I wanted to do that so I wasn't adding to my, basically short-term gains taxes. So I just took a very small loss. It was like 80 bucks or something, and I moved all that capital into those other two microcaps. Now, when I add more money back into the market, I'll be looking at adding back into this position. So I'm happy that this kind of went down from when I sold. But yeah, I mean, we have downtrend, rejection, rejection, rejection. But we have a little bit expansion here sideways, a little bit of a move down. I'd be watching in this zone right here, potential come down into the 14 to 15 range. But I feel like this will more likely bounce somewhere in this range and compress into the zone and then make its move to the upside. Now, if we look 4 hour, so we're still not getting money flow come into this. So yeah, I'd be watching for a breakout of the 1670, 1690 sort of range. And then we have some work to do in this zone though, and then continue higher. But that's what I'm seeing, guys, everybody, girls, I love you. I appreciate you. I think I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I think that's what's going to happen. It's my birthday weekend tomorrow. I deserve a little bit of time. But the funny thing is, even when I take time off, all I'm doing is sitting there on my phone, in Discord, on Twitter. Yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, everybody, for the super chats. One of the best ways you can support what we're doing here and also participate in the community is using that link, joining BitLab Academy, getting involved with the member streams that we have. We had another one yesterday, another long one the day before that, me and Josh, and just getting involved in our community. I love the super chats. Super chats are great because I get a much larger cut of those. But I'm all about this community. I want this community to grow. One of the ways we do that is by doing what we do with BitLab Academy. And so signing up with us, using that link, you get 30 days free as well. And signing up with those indicators and the courses and engaging with me online, showing up here to these streams, and easiest and first and foremost, hit that like button. I love you guys. I appreciate you. On to the next decade for me, 40 and beyond. I appreciate you all being here, keeping me humble. And yeah, with that, I guess I could say adios. Adios, muchachos. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Again, I just wanted to say that to you. So, adios. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Hit that like button, sucker.